You're looking for a more peaceful area close to the Fort Walton Beach area, somewhere that maybe you'll have a little bit more space, still be super close to the beach, be close to the action, have a couple amenities, but nothing too crazy. We've got Navarre covered for you in this video. I'm AJ Baduke, and this is
Andrew Iremonger.
And we are with the Emerald Group right here on the Emerald Coast. We are doing videos every week, up to 3 videos a week now for you guys, everywhere from Pensacola to Panama City Beach and everything in between. So if you have any questions about the area, all of our contact information is on the screen. We have been getting calls, texts, Facebook messages, emails, and we absolutely love it, especially when you guys hit us up out when you just see us out and about. We feel like special celebrities or something. It's awesome. So please continue doing that.
And if you are looking to find out everything there is to know about the Emerald Coast, you've definitely came to the right channel, but you need to make sure you tap that big red subscribe button and tickle that little bell so that you'll be notified every single time we do a new video. Let's start this with Navarre's premier neighborhood, Holly by the Sea. This is the one that everybody knows because it's probably about a third of the entire city is right here in the Holly by the Sea area. Now, before we get into all the amenities, because there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot. Let's go ahead and talk about price point. Now, in the last 365 days, the prices have ranged from about $188 all the way to $899,000, with the bulk of those being probably in the high 3s to low 4s. It's going to be about the average home that you're seeing out there. Now, these homes are going to range everything from 1980s all the way to brand new. There's still some new construction going on there. They're still building on a big chunk of this, and they're continuing to build and build and build the further west that you go in the city. Now, the size of the lots here in Holly by the Sea are going to be a little bit bigger than most of the coastal cities in our area. And of course, it's all hit or miss. There are certain neighborhoods that have larger plots of land, I guess, but Holly by the Sea tends to be sitting on 1/4 and 1/2 acre lots pretty consistently across the board.
Along with those larger plots also comes a larger HOA with larger amenities. So you've got a couple of pools, you've got a clubhouse, you've got deeded waterfront access over on the Sound where you can go, you can bring your kids to swim, you got a couple of playgrounds. It's really like a city almost within an HOA.
Yeah, I forgot exactly how big the rec area is. I want to say it's like 9 or 10 acres, something like that. It may even be bigger. We have a whole standalone video just on this stuff. But yeah, it's got a ton of stuff. It's even got a gym in it, so you don't need a gym membership. And all of this that you're seeing on your screen to include RV and, a little running area and outside basketball courts and volleyball courts and just a ridiculous. I mean, it just keeps going on and on. And on top of that, they even have one on the north side on the bay. They have a little boat launch area there just for the Holly by the Sea members. And all of this for under $500 per year. Now, Holly by the Sea's location is located right smack dab in the middle of Navarre. You're not getting much more center than Holly by the Sea, but it can take you a few minutes to get out of Holly by the Sea. So if you're looking for an extremely short commute time, just keep in mind where the house is in Holly by the Sea, because as you're driving through all of the stop signs in the neighborhoods and things like that, it does take a few extra minutes, even if you're just 1/4 of a mile away.
So we just gave you a huge overview of one of the huge neighborhoods. So let's move into kind of south of 98 neighborhoods and talk about what you can expect of these. So there's one of my personal favorites. It's one of the smaller neighborhoods called Sandy Beach Estates off of Jessica Way. And it's basically just a U shape. And these houses are super cute. You've got some smaller ones, you've got some larger waterfront ones, but not too many of either one because it is so small. And these prices range from $305,000 to $879,000, just sold within the past year. These numbers will have a tendency to go up as people buy up these properties and make them even nicer, and also inflation and just price points in our area in general. As far as HOA, there is an HOA and there's a small HOA beach that you can go and fish off of. There was not the last time I checked a dock where you could pull a boat up to it, but there have been a couple of conversations they might be considering doing that in the future.
What I really like about Sandy Beach Estates and other neighborhoods like it is that we have probably 50 or 60 of them in Navarre. So that's why we kind of chose one at random, because we can't go over all of them. But there are a ton of little neighborhoods like this, especially on the south side of 98, where there's just 100, 150 houses inside of a neighborhood. It's waterfront. Maybe it's deeded access. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's got an HOA. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's got gated community. Maybe it's not. So there's a wide variety on this side, which is super, super cool because, well, I mean, being that close to the water, I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Another such small neighborhood actually on the north side is going to be Promise Creek Estates. And we just bring it up, give it kind of an honorable mention to show you that there are lots of neighborhoods, lots of small neighborhoods in Navarre. You know, we've got Holly by the Sea, which is like the big and like encompassing neighborhood, but there are some smaller ones too that offer great, you know, family style areas. This one in particular was in the price point of $300,000 to $400,000 for the past year. Pretty doable in the Navarre area, so that's great, but not the same amenities as you're going to see as something in Holly by the Sea. So if you're wanting to stay out of HOAs, you still have plenty of options to do that in Navarre.
And the cool thing about this neighborhood is that there are about 40 or 50 other small ones just like this that are scattered in and around Holly by the Sea. So if a big HOA scares you, if that's not something that you want in your next home, there are lots of other small options this way. As mentioned before with the stuff on the south side of 98, on the water side, there's just too many to list. So we just kind of chose one at random. There's a bunch of little neighborhoods like this. They're a little bit less established. Maybe they have an HOA, maybe they don't, but there's, lots of options. That's the point. Now that wraps up our neighborhood overview for Navarre, Florida. There are tons of other neighborhoods. If you are curious about any of them, please comment down below which ones you'd like us to cover, and we'll make sure that happens. But for now, I guess we'll see you guys next week.